I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat.
In shaky South America.
In shaky South America. We had an interesting day today. Hello, Jason Ledford, Lisa Trimble, Gouthie, good to see you. Barbara, Kristen, Melinda. And anybody else who hasn't said hello yet, say hello. And please hit that like button. It's the least we can do. I appreciate you guys being here. What a day we had. You know what? I don't know what time it was. I should have checked to see what time it actually happened. So I'm sitting here right there. Tommy's right here. We were talking about AI. Hello, Winchester, Super X. Everybody hit that like. Appreciate it. So the couch jumped. I looked over at Tommy. I'm like, what are you doing? And he looked at me and his eyes got wild. Hi, Josh. Good to see you. Hello, Wes. And it didn't take long. Though I've been in, let me blow my nose. I've been in, I think this was the fourth or fifth one. Tommy Bird, good to see you. It's going good after the quake. I've been in several of them, and some of them are like really short, like that. Most of the ones I've been in were like that. This one was unbelievable. Hi, Lisa White. Hi, Susie. Hi, Lilac Limey. You just saw me on TV. Uh-oh. So the light above us this was weird. This was swaying big time. I mean, it took a couple seconds to go to one side and then a couple seconds to the other. Maybe just a second, but man, it did that. Hi, Shannon. Good to see you. It shook for maybe, I don't know. I think 30 seconds, but maybe it wasn't. But I'm not joking. I'm not trying to be dramatic here. I've had a crazy life. I've had at least two with you, at least. I've had at least 3 or 4 moments where I thought, this is it. Like, for real. Like, this is it. This is how we go out. And, man, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, we had one. Tommy was walking back from the hardware store. Hi, Wendy. Good to see you. New viewer. Let's get her on the screen. Wendy. Everybody say hi to Wendy. I'm glad you're here, Wendy R. Thanks for being here. So the one a couple weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I felt it, but it was just little. And I had a cup in the bathroom. It was doing this. But this was different. This was different. Londa, good to see you. I swear to you, for just a second, I looked at him and I thought, this is it. And this is it. He looked at me. He goes, take my hand. He goes, are you ready? He had a smile on his face from here to here. I went, yeah, I'm ready. And I thought, Jeremy, good to see you. I swear to you, I'm not. Hi, Jane. I'm not trying to be dramatic in any way, shape, or form. I thought this was it. Style and One, good to see you. Style and One says, hi, Johnny. I live on Cape Cod. We don't get earthquakes. Must have been frightening. You know what? It wasn't frightening when it happened, and that's the funny part. I wish she could have been here. I wish she could have been here. But I was like, yeah, I'm ready. And we were both just smiling our heads off. Strange. And about 10 minutes after, it got scary. Like, I thought this building was going down. I swear to you, I did. It was swaying way more. Like, I know, listen, if buildings were made not to move, this building would have been down already. But it was a moment. It was a moment. There are
big. Usually it's a moment.
It was a long moment. It really was. Lisa White says, I love what you and Tommy said to each other. Really cool. It was something. I swear I won't ever forget it. Tommy Bird says, it is a dramatic swaying in the building. It is, my friend. It was today. It was. I mean, this thing was.
I wish you could have seen the light because it gives you a pretty good indicator.
Yeah, the light was swinging. Everything. The TV stand was moving. Cats were not liking it. Spirit Prof, good to see you. The cats bounced. They were out of here. They both were not happy with this. But
this building on ball bearings.
Yeah.
But I mean, still, I didn't feel like they may have done their job.
Christian says, my stomach is nervous thinking about a building swaying. I've never experienced an earthquake. Hi, Shouldn't Do Him. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. It was, you know what? In the moment, it was a thrilling thing. It was a 5.4 And I thought at the time it happened in Guayaquil because Guayaquil, hi Kellyanne, Guayaquil gets earthquakes. We get 7 a month here in Salinas, 7 every month on average. But and it's usually centered in Guayaquil. It happens a lot in Guayaquil. This happened in Puyo, which is about 385 kilometers from here. It is hi Pepperhead, good to see you. We're on, unfortunately, the top one. So first one doesn't count because it's the lobby. So we're like 15 floors up. It was crazy. It was an unbelievable experience. No joke, man. And then it's funny, I got out on the balcony, and if you had a balcony, you were out on it after this was over. I looked out to the left, and there were a bunch of people on their balcony, all looking around like the building to the left of ours is 12 stories taller than ours. So I can't imagine what it was like there. No tsunami warning, Tommy Bird. We've already had one of those. If you guys remember that. Like it sounded like an air siren that you get when you're being bombed. No joke. It was crazy. Dane, it's so good to see you. Hi, Dane Young. It always comforts me when I think about how many quakes the building has gone through and it's still standing. I don't like to think about that. This one gets a lot. And it's made us rethink things. I'm like, do we really want to live here? Hi, Barbara. Wait, you might have been ready to go, but we weren't ready for you to leave us. I got important stuff to do yet. Thank you for saying that. Wendy says, whoops, I'll get right to you, Spirit Prophet. Wendy says, I felt the bridges sway once in my life. Very uncomfortable feeling. I stopped breathing. Well, you know what they call it? Terra firma. When the terra ain't firma, it's a spooky feeling. We had a big one in California when I was living in Reno. And over the course of a month, we had like 30 aftershocks. And aftershocks is funny. It's like minor surgery. It's what happens to somebody else. If you're there, that's not an aftershock. It feels like like every day. It's an earthquake. I was running a phone room at the time, sort of. And it was something. But it was a Kellyanne. So glad you're here. Yogurt always knows how to keep cool. It was a very interesting moment, man. I'm telling you, I wasn't disappointed that the building didn't come down, but I'm telling you, I was ready. I'm not trying to sound brave because I'm not, but boy, I'm not worried about dying. I can promise you that. I got a bottle of Reaper sauce yesterday. Tried it once, that it fell off the fridge when I went to get it again. Broke all over the floor. That's a bummer. I've done that before. Thomas Smith, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Hello, Heidi. Josh says that Johnny and Tommy still have work to do. We do. There's some stuff we got to get done, and we aren't done yet. But let me tell you something. You think that I thought, well, there's an earthquake. I got off the phone. Hi, Archie's mom. Good to see you. There's a big difference between brave and ready. Boy, how about it? So the earth shook. The terror wasn't firma. Building shook. It was spooky. And then it's done. And 2 hours later, I get a text from a family member that was more of an earthquake than the earthquake was. Now, I don't want anyone to worry. No one's dying. It wasn't my mom. My mom's doing great. Thank you for your prayers. But I have a family member who's going through something heavy, and it's an earthquake. Made me think. Do me a favor if you can. Be kind. I'm big into audience participation. If I go to a public speaker, if somebody's in front and they ask you to put your hand up, I'm the first guy. I'm all about audience participation. So we've got some people here that are lurking. Who's gone through an earthquake? And I mean the metaphorical earthquake. Anybody going through one right now? Be honest. You don't need to tell us what it is, but anybody going through one right now? Thomas Smith says, I have a question. How would someone develop healthcare infrastructure in a Latin American country? I don't know. I hope they don't. They've got a beautiful thing now. If you're sick, you go to the hospital. So I don't know. It's a good question. You think about how big America is. Tommy got a tooth pulled out. What, a month ago? Yeah. A little over a month ago. And he was, the night before, he didn't sleep. It was a nightmare. He was going through it. And when he showed up, they took him back. They did the entire extraction, never asked him his name. He didn't fill out one piece. Matter of fact, we left and he did not do anything. He signed something. He didn't even sign anything. He asked him his name only when he had to write a prescription. So, and it's like that here. It's a small developing country. And I get it that it can't be like that in America, but it's a bummer. Look at Dane Young's gone through many. Kellyanne's got one. Archie's mom, I know you have. We all have them. Hi, Jocelyn Scott. Yes, sir. There's somebody who was lurking. Jocelyn, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Look at this. Truth be told, I'm earthquaking at the moment. You know what? Everybody just told me who if they've gone through an earthquake. There's a bunch. Look at all of them. If you're going through one right this second, put a 5 in the chat. I'll know who to pray for tonight. And I'm not even fooling. Put a 5 in the chat if you're going through an earthquake right now. And I will lead it off with several 5s because I'm going through it right now. Plenty of metaphorical earthquakes, says Tommy. So the point is this. The reason, hi, Sam. It's Pepper Poppy. Sam, that's a good dude right there. The reason I brought it up, look at this. A metaphorical earthquake, yes. But fortunately, literally speaking, the terra is firma. So there's a bunch of people right this minute. I let off with a 5, Spirit Prof. Hey, Whidden Bay hippie girl. Island hippie girl. Good to see you. Archie's mom, Barella. Jocelyn Scott. My mom gets old and sick. Yep. Kellyanne is Lisa White, Lisa Trimble. Man, we're all going through it. Jane. Look at this. Sam says, you're the best dude, brother. No, I'm not. I'm just trying to be a good one. But thank you for saying that, man. That's awfully kind of you. Josh Cohen right now is earthquake free. Thank the Lord. Says, I'm earthquake free, but the moment I have safe zone in Christ when the earthquake returns. Amen. Woodbay is going through one right now. Yes, that does count, Thomas Smith. Lilac's going through several. Look at this. So my Wendy R says, prayers for all you. That is where I was going next. What do you guys do when your earth is shaking? You know, and I'm not trying to make this a lesson. But man, I really thought about today. This building shook to the point where I thought it was going down. Then an hour later, I got a real one. You know, this building isn't shaking anymore. The text I got today, it's still shaking. It's going to shake for a while. So we're all going through it. Look at this. Spirit Prof says you can never know someone else's struggle, but we all have at least one. We're all going through it. Everybody. That's a funny thing. If it's happening with your family, it's happening in every family. There's no such thing as unique experience. This is the human condition. We're all going through it. We're all going to live and nobody gets out alive. That's how it works. Look at this. Kellyanne says, what do you call a cow in an earthquake? A milkshake. Boom, boom.
Keep it shaking. Work on the yogurt.
Exactly. Keep it shaking. Work on the yogurt. Look at that. Woodbay Island hippie girl. Jesus, always my rock. Me too. I don't know how you get through a day without that. I really, really don't. Devil's Hooch. Glad you're here. I don't remember reading your name before in a stream. Thank you for being here. Hit the like while you're here. Johnny, first time, long time. You are an inspiration. Had mac and cheese earlier with Mad Dog 357 Gold Edition. Hot sauce with 9 million plutonium. Thought of you, brother. Like the Mad Dog 357 Gold Edition wasn't hot enough. I did chug that whole bottle. I don't know if you guys saw that. That was a fun video. And I chugged a whole bottle of the 9 million. Not once, not twice, but thrice, people. You can't fix stupid. If you're going to be tough, how's it go? If you're going to be dumb, you're going to be tough. I don't think I'll be doing that again. But you know what? You never know. I don't say never. Dane says, at times in my life, I would definitely be a 5, but I have my family and my health. I'm at a 1. Thank goodness for that. Nobody skates through this existence unscathed. Yeah, you know, I got a beat up. I'm like a 1966 Mustang. Body's not too bad, but boy, don't look at the odometer. Even if you do, we rolled the miles back a long time ago. Connor Wrigley, good to see you. Thank you for being here. You can't fix stupid. You can't, Josh. I'm telling you. Triggy's here. You guys are all great. Hit the like, everybody, please. Let's do that. That's the only thing. If you're living in the Southern Hemisphere, earthquakes are bound to happen. The odd time. This was a spooky one, man. I'm telling you, it was unbelievable. Truly, though, I swear to you, I wasn't like afterwards. It shook me. Like 10 minutes after, about 10 or 15 minutes out, I said, Tommy, let's go for a walk. We went down to the lobby. Letha was there. She doesn't watch the channel, but she's a doll. She's a sweet woman. And she looked and working on my Spanish, but she said, how was it up there? Because she felt it on the ground floor. I'm like, it was bad. No bueno. We don't get through a day without him. Even the ones who think they do. Every single day we have is by his grace. That's a fact. I'm one of those weirdos. You want to hear what I think? You guys, I don't have it yet, Sam, but I'm working on it. It's weird. Staying stuff here takes forever. Here's my thought. Look at that. Once a witness, Vernon. Is there a chance for a stronger earthquake? Of course. You see a tornado? That's not a show of God's power. That's a show of God's restraint. Because if he wanted to. Here's what I think. Let me tell you what I think. You can call me crazy. This is what I think. Every single thing that happens in my life is either purposed by God or allowed by it, one or the other. But there are no accidents. Period. It's not an act. There are 50 of you right now listening to my voice. Man, there's 1,000 things, 49 now. There's a million things you guys could be doing better use of your time, but you're here. And this is where we come for so many of us to get real connection. Speaking of, you guys have to watch The Lifeboat, The Love Boat, tonight, 5 after the hour. Tommy's doing a show. I'm telling you, it's truthy. You guys ever hear that, truthy? Colbert came up with that. The definition of truthy is something that is so true that even facts cannot make it otherwise. Tommy's going to drop some truth bombs on you tonight. It's about connection. Lisa White agrees. No accidents, no coincidences. Not a single one of them. None. No accidents at all. And when you think about that, if you think that there are no accidents, then every single thing that's happening, thank you, Wendy. Wendy's going to watch you, Tommy. If everything that happens for a reason, don't gripe about it. It's easy for me to say that. Like, I'm not griping about the big earthquake that happened today after the building stopped shaking. There's a lesson in it. Barella, good to see you. There's only 27 likes. You got to be kidding me. Well, that's it. I'm done, guys. We're going to log off now. I'm kidding. Struggles are God's way of preparing us. You know what? It's like your metal being tested. Let me tell you a great and beautiful thing. You guys heard of biospheres? Things, domes that there's like every kind of, like, there's water, there's animals and frogs and brooks and streams and whatever. You guys have seen those, right? There are biospheres all around the world. You know what was happening? In biospheres around the world, trees were falling down. Trees that grew up inside the biospheres were falling down. And scientists were floored. They're like, how are trees falling down inside a biosphere? They couldn't figure it out. You know what they finally figured out? The reason? You guys know? Anybody take a guess? We had a tremorific day. We did, Kellyanne. And Barbara says sometimes we can't see the reason for things until time is. Yeah, hindsight's 20/20, right? My dad was amazing. When things were bad, he raised us to have an approach-based or a solution-based approach to problem solving. When crap hits the fan, you don't go, oh my God. What you say is, all right, what are we going to do about this? Sit down and talk about it. Figure out the best. There's a lot of different avenues. Every time you have an issue, there's a lot of different ways. Here's what was happening in the biodome. The trees, there's no wind. There's no wind. And wind strengthens trees, makes roots grow deeper. That's why trees were dropping. Exactly. There you go. The trees needed resistance to strengthen the root systems. And that's what's going on. So when you're getting shaked, your roots are growing deeper and getting stronger. But see the beauty in it. There's beauty in suffering. I got news for you. It sucks, but there's beauty in it. We learn a lot in our suffering. Renee B., good to see you. So somebody, I can't see because I'm going through a software to do live streaming. I can't see the likes. We better have more than 27 now. I'm not that guy. You guys know that. I'm just trying to get you to like the thing. It is what it is. But I want you to know something. I never watch myself on videos. I hate it. If I'm with Tommy, I'll watch because I'm watching Tommy. He's hilarious. If I'm doing a video with other people, I'll go back and watch it. I don't watch videos of myself because I can't stand my voice. I don't like the way I look really either. But that's the truth. But I'm going to go back and watch this one. And I'll just turn the video off. I'm just going to read all the people who are writing that they need prayers because I'm going to pray for you guys tonight. I'm not even fooling. Without suffering, we can't appreciate real joy. If every single day was sunny, you get sick of it. At some point, you'd be complaining about the sunny day. Question: does your building have stairs if there's another earthquake? It does. Once a witness, Vernon. Most certainly. It's funny. I'm pretty sure all the elevators too. They were on the ground floor or lower because we would have heard them slamming against things if they were up high. The elevator doesn't even go to our floor. It goes to the floor below us, and then we have to walk up the flight of stairs to get to our place. Kellyanne, we are our own worst critics. You know what? It's true. Jocelyn, if I had a pepper, I'd eat it. I promise you I would. See that? Sam says, I've heard it's always sunny in Philadelphia. Kick it on. Thanks, man. I wish you guys could have been here today. You need the Mission Impossible gear, right? What a crazy day this was. Hi, John. Good to see you. I hope your pup is doing well. So here's the deal. Your roots are getting stronger. My mom tells me great stuff. She said, think about a kite, right? Think about a kite. A kite can't even stay up unless it has some resistance. 32 more likes. That's or we're up to 32 likes. That's better. I appreciate that. Thank you, you guys. I can't, you know what? I'm going to go over here and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cheat. Watch what I'm going to do. How lame is this? You watch this. I'm going to give myself a like. How about that? You know why I'm doing that? More people like the stream. You put it out in the algorithm. Watch this. There's 31. Now there's 32. I am the 32nd like. I did it myself. Dane says, fun fact, the Vesuvius glass brain is the vitrified, turned into glass, brain of a victim from the 79 AD eruption of Mount Vesuvius, found in Herculaneum. Imagine that. You ever watch that? You guys have seen that? All the bodies that got caught in the pyroclastic, was it? Pyroclastic something. Yeah. Ash. And it caught them and it just froze them. It's like they weren't ready for Pompeii. They're really eerie. I remember being a little kid seeing that, scared the pants off me. Tricky says, Tommy and Johnny living in the moment. Boy, we were today. That was a moment. I'll never forget that as long as I live. It's funny. No one hot minute tonight, but you know what? You know I don't televise one hot minute. Tomorrow there's a one hot minute. Don't let me forget, Tommy. Look at that. Galthy's the 33rd. Man, I love that. All right, so I'm going to go through after this stream is over. I'm going to pray for you guys. Yankee Kyle, good to see you. Thank you for being here. It was a crazy day. And you know what? Those of you that pray for the earthquake going on in my family because there's an earthquake going on. This building quit shaking long. One of my family is going to shake for a while.
And it ain't me.
And it ain't me. Yeah, it's not Tommy either. Please know that. Was this the worst? Was the earthquake the worst you've experienced there? Yeah. It's funny. Before, we've had two that I know for sure, but there have been at least 2 or 3 times where I say to Tommy, he said, me, man, do you feel this? We did it in front of the elevator. There's been, 3 or 4 times?
That's crazy. I know.
We were on the balcony one day. He's like, you feel that? I'm like, bumped your head, dude. It was crazy. Thank you, Wendy. Look at that. Wendy, praying for all those souls. You know what? We're called to do that for each other. I care about all you. I'm not just saying that. Do you guys ever watch a YouTube channel? Please answer me this. We'll be more creative. Put a 7 in the chat if you've seen this. Have you ever seen a YouTube channel and you can just tell the dude's got some sort of personality or a mask, even if he doesn't have a mask on, he's got a mask or some sort of like costume he wears and he's you ever see that? Put a 7 in the chat if you've seen that. I don't have that. I don't have an act. I don't have a shtick. I don't. I'm just the guy I am. And that's, you know what? Caution. If you're going to have a YouTube channel, put on a persona. Because if you put your real face out and you really are who you are, you open yourself up. Fortunately, I'm tough as nails and I can take it. Spirit Prof, I won't miss tomorrow. Missed a lot due to timing. Sure could use one. Praying for your earthquake, Johnny. Sending love and positive vibes. Thank you. You know what? Here's the thing. You know what my father used to say when bad things happen? You remember this, Tommy? You guys have all seen that. I don't have that face. My dad used to say, cats were fine, Kellyanne. They didn't like it. Scared them. My dad would say, hey, nobody died. Remember that? My sister got married the morning of my sister's wedding. Tommy and I were out driving around. Renee, my mom's doing better. I saw a video of her walking yesterday. She's doing much better. So we're pulling out 2 hours before the wedding on a big, giant, sweeping corner in Vermont. We look this way, everything's fine. We look this way, everything's fine. We pull out, and a guy comes around the corner like he's in a road rally. I mean, like a four-wheel drift. This guy was flying, and we locked up. There was nothing we were going to do. There was no way to get out of this, and he T-boned my brother's car. My brother was driving. He T-boned the car and destroyed it. I was holding something. It went out the window, never saw it again. True story. We called my dad. My sister's getting married in a couple hours. I called my dad. I went, Dad, we crashed the car. The car's gone. It's done. He said, are you okay? I said, yeah. He goes, hey, nobody died. Don't worry about it. We're going to get through this. Little things would happen. You get bad, like the wrong change, or a light would turn yellow when he was in a hurry, and he would pop a coil. He would. He was that guy. I love him. He wasn't perfect. But every single time something, the earth shook. And I made that dude's earth shake so much. It sucks. He never once gave it to me. Every time the earth was shaking, my dad was a rock. He was a good dude. I mean, it cast a long shadow. It had nothing to do with the fact that he was 6'4". He just was a giant of a man. Good example, man. I'm telling you, man. Got a long way to go, but I'm trying. Anybody have any questions or comments you want to talk about? If not, I'm going to log off. This has just been a tough day for me. But if anybody has anything you want to talk about, Benny, good to see you, Benny. Hey, family, praying for all of you. Love you guys. I appreciate that. Yeah, so the person in my family, it's not my brother, and it's not me, it's not my mom. And I'm not going to tell anybody about it. And nobody's dead. I'm handling this one like my dad would. No one's dead. So look at that. Spirit Prof. When the earth shakes, be the rock. Oh, not only that, but when the earth is shaking, know that it's shaking for a reason. Jocelyn, thank you so much. Prayers to you too. Love to you and true prayers. Thank you. I'm going to relax. It's just thank you, Wendy R. I appreciate you being here. I hope you come back again and check Tommy's show out. He's going to be going at the top of the hour. It's been a tough day. Joel from Chicago, good to see you. Whoops. There you go. Joel says, Johnny, good night's sleep because you deserve it. Thank you for saying that. Question from Once a Witness. Vernon, do the cats go out on the balcony? You know what? No. And here's why. Squirrel probably could, because Squirrel is an older cat. And she's smart. Katie's my nickname for her. She's a drunk college freshman with fur. One night, I was outside on the balcony, and she was doing this on the sliding glass door, just standing there doing this for minutes. So I'm like, I'm gonna let the cat out for a minute. I let the cat out, and there's like maybe 10 feet to the edge, and it's a drop. She came out. I said, hey, just chill out, Katie. And she took a right and ran to the edge. And I scared me because I can see her. She's stupid. She's not stupid. She's a young cat. She doesn't know. She doesn't know yet. She hasn't even figured out cat physics. She doesn't know what she can do. Like Squirrel knows what she can do and what she can't. Like she wouldn't try to jump to a height higher than she's able to because she knows. Katie's just still figuring things out, and I don't trust her. So no, we don't let the cats out. I wish we could. Barbara says, prayers to all because we all need them. If not today, then tomorrow or the next day, every day. I'll tell you something. You guys seen the footprints in the sand? It's famous. You've been on YouTube for 5 minutes. You've seen it. Instagram, all of them. That's really true. That's really, really true. Triggy, Johnny, take care and look out for you and your brother and always have a backup plan if things go awry. We are working on that backup plan. Spanx is good. He's doing well. Thank you for asking. My place seems to be the epicenter of good times. You know, we're actually only about 60 miles from the actual equator. We're pretty close. Dane, Squirrel was giving her the business of the day. Squirrel always does. Katie's probably outweighs her by 5 pounds now. And growing. But she does. She's a thug. She's a good cat. She's a thug. Squirrel, Katie. I don't know what kid they are. Oh, Johnny Jr. continues to weather the storm. Yeah, we're all weathering the storm, but we appreciate you guys. Hey, I'm going to log off. Thank you for being here. Huh? Please do me a favor. Do not miss Tommy's show tonight. All right. If I didn't have the bad day that I had, probably would have gone longer tonight, but we all needed a little bit of connection. I needed it. I needed it. So Tommy's going to be talking about connection tonight. You guys can't begin to understand how important it is and what's coming. So please do me a favor. Leave for the algorithm, leave a comment for the algorithm. See, I just did that. Comment. You know what happens when you do that? Oh, squirrel's chasing Katie. Come here, squirrel. You want to say hi, squirrel? Come here. Do the kiss thing. That's how we talk to our cats. No? Nothing? No, she's not having any part of it. It's a cat's job to not do what the owner wants them to do. Thank you for the comment, Benny. Yeah, if we give a bunch of comments before you leave, YouTube pushes out, more people will see this. You know what? For everybody whose earth is shaking, I see you. I'm praying for you. Rocket Queen, hello. I love you guys. Thank you for your prayers. I'm praying for all of you. I'm not fooling. We will see you guys later. Join Tommy at the top of the hour, please. Don't miss this one. I'm Johnny Scoble, and this was Chase the